Okay. Example 4 we are doing. Okay. You guys are encouraged not to look into your book right now. Take an attempt to read the question and try to make the diagram yourself. Okay. It's going to be a little, we're going to go step up from whatever we have done before. So with attention. Yeah. Let's get started reading the question. Yeah. We'll take a minute to read the question. Okay. We'll come back in maybe 30 seconds. All right. So I'll go ahead now. From point P on the ground, the angle of elevation of a top of a 10-meter tall building is 30 degree. All right. So first sentence is giving me what? It's giving me one right triangle. Okay. There's a point P on the ground. All right. There's a point P on the ground. Let me just mark that here. So this is my ground. Okay. I'm assuming this is my ground. The angle of elevation of a top of a 10-meter tall building. So this is my 10-meter tall building. Chalo. Okay. Let this be AB. Okay. So AB is equal to 10 meter, representing the building. All right. This angle of elevation of the top of this building, which is this angle, when I have my eye at point P and I look at point A, this angle they're saying is 30 degree. Cool enough? Now they're saying that a flag, this is the first sentence. Is there anything else remaining in the first sentence to take out from the first sentence? I think everything is done, right? Point P on the ground, 10-meter tall building, angle of elevation of the top is 30 degree. Okay. I've taken out everything from the first sentence. Okay. Moving on to the second sentence. A flag hoisted at the top of the building and the angle of a flag is hoisted at the top of the building. So if a flag is hoisted, it goes up from the building. No. So let me mark it with blue here. So this part is a flag. Okay. There's a flag here. Let's call this C. Right. So AC is the AC represents the flag. Okay. Hoisted on the top of the building, and the angle of elevation of the top of the flag staff. Flag staff means the pole of the flag. Okay, this is the flag staff. Maybe a flag is flying like this. Does not matter which direction the flag is flying. They're talking about the flag staff. So they're talking about the pole of the flag. Okay, this particular point. The angle of elevation of the top of the flag staff from P is 45 degree. So from P, when I look at point C, the angle of elevation is 45 degree. Okay. Can someone tell me which angle will be 45 degree? Can someone tell me which angle will be 45 degree? Asghar, go ahead.
So I think angle P, sir, full.
Can you tell me the full name?
Sir, CPB, sir.
Very good, Asghar. Okay. Fantastic, Asghar. I'll give you 5 points here. Angle CPB. This full angle. Why did you choose this angle? Why did you not choose this angle, Asghar? Why did you not choose angle CPA?
So it tells from P is 45, sir.
But this is also from P, no? This is also P. Why do you not choose angles, this angle? Why do you choose this full angle? There's a reason behind this, why, which we discussed in the
Sir,
first
the
class.
angle of elevation it tells something.
Why is this not the angle of elevation? I think you've got an idea of identifying it, but I want someone to justify it. Tulsi?
Sir, they are telling it is that the flags are angle of the elevation from the top, sir. So that is angle full P, sir.
This is also coming from top only, ma. My from top is not a justified answer. Okay. Now, guys, give me a minute. Yeah. Guys, we need to go back to the definition of the angle of elevation. Okay, for being able to justify that. Anyone else? Yes, Nishya?
Sir, we learned that angle of elevation is between horizontal and line of sight, sir.
So which is the horizontal here?
PB, sir.
PB is the horizontal. The ground is the horizontal here. And line of sight is which one? For looking at the top of the flag,
PC.
PC is the top of the flag. So this is my line of sight. So that's why this is the angle. Okay. There is no other explanation. Yeah. The explanation stems from the definition of angle of elevation, that's between the line of sight and the horizontal. All right. So that's there. So I get this full angle as 45 degree. Okay. This full angle is 45 degree. Now the question says find the length of the, now whatever, is there anything else to extract from the question? Let's have a look. Flag is hoisted at the top of the building. Angle of elevation is of the top of the flag is 45 degree. Done. So all the given we have taken care of. Let's see what they're asking us to find. Find the length of the flag staff and the distance of the building from the point P. Length of the flag staff is which length of the flag staff is which line segment? Asghar?
Sir, AC.
AC. All right. So I'm going to mark this as X for now. Okay. Just for, because it will become easier as we go ahead. Let AC be equal to X is equal to length of the flag staff. Okay, you can directly write this, you can skip this part, but it's fine. Yeah. What is the distance of the building from the point P? Which line segment represents the distance of the building from the point P? Yes, Asghar, go ahead.
Sir, PB, sir.
PB is the distance of the building from point P. Okay. Distance of building from point P. Okay. Now there's a reason why I took that as X. Anyhow, it's not important right now. If you don't want to think, okay, why I took this as X, forget about X. Okay, A is the length of the flag staff. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, now from all that we have, oh, there's one more thing given which I did not mark. Sorry, this is 10 meter. Okay. It's best to mark in the diagram so that just by looking at the diagram, everything becomes clear. We wrote it here, but AB is 10 meter. So this is 10 meter. Now, anyone has any thoughts of how to proceed about this? Anyone has any thoughts? We'll give everyone room for a minute for everyone to think and then only proceed. The diagram, how is everyone feeling about the diagram? Is like, let's take a pause here and give me a check of how you're feeling about the diagram. Like clarity, is it like very, very clear? Did you also draw the same diagram when you tried to draw as you were reading the question, or did you draw a different one? Can I get a check on the chat box about this quickly? If you drew the same diagram, I wanted to write that also, but if there is any question, okay, yes, Tulsi, you're saying a little confusion is happening. Can you tell me what's confusing for you?
Sir, with the diagram only, sir.
Where is the confusion? Which part of the diagram are you not understanding? Like how it came
Sir,
to be?
that CA part, sir.
CA part? CA is a flag on top of the building, right? A flag is hoisted on top of the building. So
Sir, Above the building, the height of the flag, sir.
When a flag is put on top of the building, where will the flag height be? Tulsi, I want to imagine there is a building. This is a building, okay? On top of the building, there is a flag.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a flag on top of the building. Are you getting me here?
Yes, sir.
So what's the confusion here? Matlab, can you explain to me a little bit more in detail? Where are
Sir,
you?
I
getting
was
in?
confused there only, sir. Now I cleared, sir.
Okay, you were not able to imagine a
Yes, sir. It was
flag
happening
on top of the
between
building.
CB and CA, sir. There, little confusion was happening between the building and the flag, sir. And now,
Okay. All right. If that's something which happened, you feel might happen for you, then you can actually draw a proper diagram like this is the building and then this is the flag. Like that you can draw. Okay. There's no problem in that. All right. If that helps you make a diagram. Yeah. All right. Let's hear from who else is here? Deepak bol raha hai. Sir, I was confused for the angle 45. Will angle 45 ka bhi clear hai, Deepak? Yeah, is you still
Yes,
confused?
sir.
Okay. Always an angle of elevation or an angle of depression will be with respect to a horizontal from the point where which you are looking. Okay. So horizontal ye hai, line of sight ye hai. Which is the horizontal? What is the line which is parallel to ground? Horizontal means what? Here it's parallel to ground. Yeah. Someone is missing
Yes,
in the
sir.
class. Okay. Horizontal means the line is parallel to the ground. So that parallel to ground, you draw one line, or whichever line it is, you don't have to draw in most cases. That line and where you're looking to see that. Okay, this is the trick. Okay. You imagine yourself at point P, think where the ground will be, where the parallel to the ground will be, that's the horizontal. Suppose there was one point here. Suppose there was one point X here. For this point, let me put it here. Suppose the point was X here. For this point, horizontal would have been like this, parallel to the ground. Are you getting this? Horizontal would have been like this. And line of sight to look at the top of the flag would have been like this. Okay, Deepak?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Suppose there is one person standing here. Okay, very tall person. That person ke liye line of horizontal is this and line of sight is this. So this becomes the angle of elevation for that person. Okay, Deepak?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, always your angle of elevation and angle of depression is between the horizontal and the line of sight. Okay. So these two things you have to draw. These two things you have to check. Okay. Be careful which one is the horizontal, which one is the line of sight. That's all. And once you've checked that, the angle will come. Okay. As we do more questions, maybe we'll get more practice about this. Everyone feeling comfortable about the diagram and whatever we have written so far? Give me a fist to 5 on your comfort level in the chat box.
I'm clear, sir.
Thank you, Riza.
Clear, sir.
Dikshit, you have a question or is that 5?
5, sir.
Okay. So we'll move ahead then. Shripriya, I'm not getting any responses from you. Shripriya, I'm not getting any responses from you. I don't know if this is a very, very scoring chapter, so I don't want you to miss out on learning here. Shripriya?
Sir, I sent that first only, sir.
Okay. So you are following, you're on track with this.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we'll continue here now. We have this, okay, we have this diagram here. What do we have to find at the end? You have to find AC equal to what? That's the height of the flag or length of the flag staff. That's how much. And we have to find PB equal to what? Okay, that's the distance of the building from point, distance of the point from the foot of the building. Okay, so these are the two things which we have to find. Now to begin with, I'm looking at Okay, AC looks a little difficult to find, okay, for me right now. But because this basically means I need this full thing. If I have this full thing, I'll find this, okay, by subtracting. But to find this full thing also, I don't have anything, because I don't have this hypotenuse also, I don't have adjacent also for 45 degree. So nothing can be done about AC as of now. So I'm looking at PB. So let's see PB is what's happening. PB is a part of this triangle as well as the big triangle, but this triangle also. So this is obviously 90 degree here. So for this triangle, I can find PB then, yeah, because there is one side for which I know the length. So I can find PB. I'll do it by using tan 30 is equal to AB by PB. Everyone okay with this? Tan 30 is equal to AB by PB. So tan 30 is 1 by root 3 is equal to AB is 10 by PB. Okay. Actually, there should be one more step before this. Tan APB, tan of angle APB. That's what we're talking about, no? AB by PB. Yeah. That becomes tan 30. Yeah. This is what actually, sorry, I did not write this as properly. Let me write that properly here. In triangle APB, we are talking about, okay? In triangle APB, tan 30, this now you can just write tan 30 is equal to AB by PB. So that's 1 by root 3 is equal to 10 by PB. I want to find PB. So PB is equal to 10 into root 3. Okay. Right now, I will say that you don't multiply, or maybe you multiply also. And you, for this final answer, you can multiply. Okay. But when we use it in the next triangle, it's better that you use it in this form. So PB will be equal to 10 into 1.732, that's equal to 17.32 meters. Okay, that's the distance of the building from point P. The distance of building from point P we have found is equal to 17.32 meters. Right. Now if we notice, by doing this, we took a call to go ahead with this first, okay? But by doing this, we now have one side in this triangle also. We now have one side in this triangle also, which means I can find this side also. If I find this side, I will find AC by simply subtracting that by 10. Yeah. So my logic goes this way, that I can just use this in the second bigger triangle now. All right. So I have PB. So I'm going to take right triangle CBP in triangle CBP. Okay. I know that tan of 45 degree is equal to what? Nishchay, can you tell me? Tan of 45 degree will be equal to what? Nishchay? Guys, are we listening here?
Yes.
Okay. This particular triangle, tan of 45 degree is equal to what? Is equal to this full thing divided by this thing. Yeah. So I have tan 45 degree equal to BC divided by PB. Tan 45 degree is 1. That's equal to BC divided by PB. BC we know, BC we don't know, PB we know. PB is what? We know from here. PB is 17.32. So I'll write 17.32. 17.32 is equal to BC. Okay. So I have found BC equal to 17.32 meter. Now I can also find, now this is not my answer. I have to find AC. I have to find the length of the flagstaff. I have this full length. I have this full length also. I will find AC, the length of the flagstaff, by subtracting that. So my length of the Flagstaff, I'm writing like this, you have to write one below the other, okay? Please, Deepak, don't write like this, okay? Length of the Flagstaff is equal to BC minus, is equal to AC basically. That's equal to BC minus AB. BC is 17.32 minus AB is 10. You end up getting 7.32 meters. Are we good with this? Can I get a fist to 5 on how you're feeling about this question, right? In the chat box. Nishchay, I was not okay with you not responding when I ask. Can I get a fist to 5 of how you're feeling about this question, right?
Sir, I'm at 5.
Fantastic. Answer is over. What so far are you telling? Dikshit, is there any confusion? Are you expecting the answer to go on further?
No, sir.
Okay.
I
All right. I'll give you a minute to take things down, a couple of minutes to take things down. So we're moving on to example 5 now. And the question is on the board. I want you to leave your textbooks away. Take a minute to read the question. It's a little different from our other questions. So it's not like direct as angle of elevation and angle of depression, but we have once talked about what the sun, how to view the sun and all. So take a minute to look at this. Maybe someone might be able to draw a diagram. It's okay if you're not. Read the question. This is a little tricky in terms of how we understand. Okay, so I'm going to take a minute for you to explain this. Okay, because there are some interesting words here. They're saying shadow of a tower, blah blah blah, is found to be 40 meters longer when the sun's altitude is 30 degree than when the sun's altitude is 60 degree. What are we talking about when we say sun's altitude? The word altitude, what do you usually relate to? Anyway, what's the word altitude usually mean in so far in maths for us? Yes, MG, can you unmute and tell?
Height.
Height. It means height. That's always meant height. But can the height be 30 degree or 60 degree? Can the height be 30 degree or 60 degree? That does not make sense, right? Like, because the height of the sun is like really far. I don't know how much is it. 1 astronomical unit, right? It's called. So our sun's altitude, when they're talking about, they're not talking about the sun's height. They're talking about the angle at which we see the sun. And I want you to imagine for a minute, forget this question, okay? I want you to imagine that you are standing on a playground, okay? You are standing on a playground. This is the ground, yeah? So we are like looking at it like this. When the sun rises at one corner, somewhere it will rise, no? That will be east, yeah. Does not matter. From wherever it's rising, at this point, sun has just risen, okay? At this point, when you look at the sun, your eye is making an angle with the horizontal. Can you see this? When you look at the sun, your eye is making an angle with the horizontal. And if it is a very big ground and there are no buildings and all, you will start seeing the sun at 1 degree only. But there might be buildings, there might be something. So maybe you start seeing the sun at around 10 degrees, 15 degrees. I don't know when. Okay. As the sun keeps moving, the angle keeps on increasing at which you see the sun with respect to the horizontal. So right now, maybe it's 10 o'clock in the morning and you're seeing the sun at 30-degree angle. Okay. As the sun keeps moving, okay. Usually, typically but it's not every day. There are many days of the year when it does not happen, but just for convenience, we'll forget that geography part here or the physics that's happening there. We'll assume that every day is similar, okay. On a normal day, sun is at 12 o'clock, exactly at 12 o'clock, sun will be at what angle of elevation? Sun will be right over your head, which means the sun will be at 90 degrees angle of elevation. Okay, exactly at 12 o'clock, 12 noon. That will be 90 degree right at the top of your head. And then obviously the sun goes over, and then the same angles come into picture, right? Here again, here you will take with horizontal, so this will become the angle of elevation. Okay, as we go down, maybe at right now the sun is setting at around 6 o'clock, the angle of elevation will become 0. Okay, you're getting this. It's like far here, but yeah, you're getting the idea of when we are talking about sun's altitude in this chapter, what are we meaning about? Like generally, if we're talking about sun's altitude, we are meaning about the angle of elevation at which we are looking at the sun. Okay, now obviously the sun is really far, so it does not matter whether you take a person here, or you take a building here, or you take a point on the ground. That will be immaterial. That will not matter, only because all of them will have the same angle of elevation for the sun, because they are very small in compared to the distance that is involved. Here it's how many kilometers? Anyone remembers? 1 point. 1 second. Let me just check that. So it's an important fact to remember.
Can you repeat the question?
Huh?
Can you repeat the question?
My question is: anyone remembers how far the sun is from the Earth?
Sir, it's 150 million kilometers.
150 million kilometers. And do you know what that is called? That's good, Dikshit. I really like that you remember 150 million kilometers approximately. That's also called the astronomical unit. Okay, it's called 1 astronomical unit. I think so. Okay, check that once. Okay, we're not going to get into that. But so far, that even Burj Khalifa, okay, the tallest building on the planet probably, is so small that it does not matter. You can think of it as a point only in relation to the distance of the sun, right? Dikshita, are you following me? Its
Yes,
size
sir.
is so small that it does not matter. Yeah. So this angles will always be the same, whether you like. We can, for our purposes, unless and until we are getting into actual science. So most, like for all our purposes, maybe a spaceship might have some comparable distance, like if we send something above the atmosphere or something. Otherwise, all things on the ground can just be treated as a point on the ground. Okay. So any point on the ground, at any point when the sun is out, there will be different angles of elevation with respect to the ground happening. Okay. With respect to the ground happening, that's with respect to the parallel that's happening. Can I get a fist to 5 of how we are feeling about this discussion so far? Can I get a fist to 5 about how we're feeling about this discussion so far? Yeah. What are we talking about when I say sun's altitude?
Sir,
Hmm?
I'm a little confused, sir.
You're a little confused.
Like what I understood is that here sun's altitude will be the angle at which we see the sun. Sir.
Correct. Angle at which we see the sun, the line of sight of the sun with respect to the horizontal, right?
Yes.
Got it. So angle at which we see the sun. Yeah. Why I told, like I said, it does not matter whether it's a building or a point or a person, because those distances will be very small. So we'll just think of it as like it does not matter. So you understand, Mariza, when we talked about the person and the height of a building or a height of a wall, we cannot take this person as, we have to consider the height of the person also, right? But when we are talking about the sun, we don't have to consider the height of the person or the building and all. You understanding now?
Yes.
Okay, that's why I'm saying कि उसका angle of elevation same होगा. Yeah. So all right, we anyone else has any other doubts here? Don't confuse yourself with that part of like what I just said now. I mean, I know I probably we went a little over, but it's fine. Our angle of elevation is the angle at which we are looking at the sun. Sun's altitude is the angle of elevation at which we are looking at the sun. Which angle is that? As with respect to the horizontal. Yeah, that wherever you are standing, that place horizontal. Okay. Now in this particular question, saying that the shadow of a tower. So basically, there's a tower involved. Okay, there's a tower involved. And this tower is making shadows. Why does any tower make shadows? Because the sun is somewhere, right? The sun is somewhere, and that's why it's making shadows. The first situation, so let's say there are two situations. Basically, and looking at the question, shadow of a tower standing on the level ground is found to be 40 meters longer when the sun's altitude is 30 degrees than when it is 60 degrees. Okay, just to get a brief understanding of the question, let's look at it this way. There are two cases happening. Okay, first case is sun's altitude is, case one is sun's altitude is, sun's angle of elevation is 30 degrees. Okay, sun is at 30 degrees. And case two is when the sun is at 60 degrees. Okay, which means sun is somewhere here in the first situation. Okay, in this line of sight. So it's at 30 degrees. That time one shadow is being formed. Okay, that time one shadow is being formed. Yeah. So when the sun is here, that time one shadow is being formed. Then the sun goes up. Sun keeps going up. Sun reaches here at a 60 degree angle. And that time also one shadow is being formed. Okay. That time also one shadow is being formed. Shadow gets formed on the ground. So the first case, when sun is at 30 degrees, okay, I want you to think about it very clearly. You're standing on top of the building. Okay, when you're standing on top of the building, this will be your horizontal. Okay, this will be your horizontal. Case one, this is case one, right? This is case one, and this is case two. Maybe case one is 10 o'clock. No, maybe case one is like 8 o'clock. Case two is like 10 o'clock. Okay. At 8 o'clock, suppose, let me not confuse you with more numbers. So case one, sun is at 30 degree angle. Okay. So this is my 30 degree angle. So it's forming a shadow on the ground, which means this is also 30 degree angle. Yeah. This is a straight line, right? Where it is forming a shadow, this full thing is a straight line, right? So from here to here is a straight line. This is a straight line. Sun's rays, we are going to assume that they travel in a straight line. They travel in a straight line also, but there is some, like, you'll learn later in science what happens. So yes, the shadow will be opposite to the direction of the sun. You're right, Dikshit. So this is what my shadow will be. Okay, this part, sun's rays will not reach because the building is blocking this. All the rays that are coming here from the sun, these are being blocked. So this part will be shadow. Are we following how the shadow is being formed here? Can I get a fist if I want case one here? Can I get a fist if I want case one here? If you're following this? Okay. Forget this for a moment. Forget case two for a moment. Just I want to focus on case one. Okay. What's happening? The sun is at this line of sight. The sun is very far here. Okay. Obviously, we have to fit it in our page, so we are putting it here. ... This is my 30 degree angle, which the sun's altitude is 30 degree. Correct. I can draw it like this. I can, even for this point, it will be 30 degree only. Okay. But sun's altitude is 30 degree. Now what's happening is sun's rays are coming. The rays which are here are getting blocked. So a shadow is being formed in this part. So this is my length of the shadow. Okay. When 30 degree, so case one, this is the length. Okay. And this angle will also be 30 degree. Why? I wanted to just have a look at that. This line is parallel to this line. This angle is corresponding to this because this is the transversal. Are we good? That's also one way of thinking, and you can just think that this point will also have the same elevation of the sun. Yeah. Now, case 2, the sun has moved. Okay, sun has come somewhere here, actually very, very far here. Okay, but from this angle also, sun is sending its rays. Whatever rays are falling here are getting blocked, which means this will be my shadow. Now this part here will be my shadow in the second case. Okay, just going back to the angles here. So this will be case 2. Case 2 may the angle is 60 degree. So this full angle is 60 degree. Again, you have to find the angle with respect to the horizontal, right? So this is 60 degree. So this will also be 60 degree. All right. How are you feeling about the diagram? The whole diagram right now? How are you feeling about the whole diagram right now? Okay. Now let's take a minute to properly explain the diagram. Okay. Let's take a minute to properly. Actually, this part is not that important, but we will still draw that for now. And once you are comfortable, for our understanding, we are drawing this. It's okay if you like don't draw it in the exam. Okay. Now what's happening here is case 1 is sun's altitude is 30 degree. Okay. Let me mark this. Okay. Let's call this A, B, C, D. Okay. Then length of shadow. Let AB be the tower. So AB represents my tower. Okay. Length of shadow in case 1 is BD. Are we good with this? Case 2 mein sun's altitude is 60 degree. So the length of the shadow in case 2 is what? It is BC. Okay. This is my first length of shadow, this full thing. And this is my second case length of shadow, this full thing. Right. Now, yes, Dikshit, because this is a new type of question. That's why I feel you're feeling this. Okay. Just hold on. Nishya and Shripriya are joining. I don't know if they followed everything or not. Okay. So this situation right now. Now we go back to the question. See what information are we missing? Okay. Shadow of the a tower standing on the level ground is found to be 40 meter longer. This is where some distance given. 40 meter longer when sun's altitude is 30 than when it is 60 degree. Can you tell me what is 40 here? Which length is 40? I'm going to give people a minute to think. If you are able to figure it out. Which length is 40 here? Take a minute to think and tell me which length is 40 here. Yes, Manisha.
Sir, I think it's CB, sir.
Why do you think it's CD, Manisha? By the way, you're right, Manisha. Okay. Why do you think it's CD?
Sir, the length of shadow, sir. So the shadow is on ground and it will be 40 meters longer.
Shadow is on ground. All of that is fine. We already know that. This is the shadow in first case. This is the shadow in second case. Tell me, why do you think 40 will be CD? Which word is telling you that? Manisha, am I confusing you with my question?
Yes, a little confused.
Okay, how did you guess that 40 will be CD? You are right when you say it's going to be CD. How did you guess that? What in the question told you to go for CD, not for BC or not for BD? Okay, the keyword there is the word longer. Okay, the keyword there is the word longer because there's a comparison happening. So what it's saying is this is my shadow in case 1, this is my shadow in case 2. Okay, this is my shadow in case 2. So they're saying that the red line is 40 meter longer than the green line. Okay, the red line is 40 meter, the red line segment is 40 meter longer than the green line segment. That's what it is saying. Okay, so how are you feeling about this now? Yeah, so that is what gives me that this distance is going to be 40 meter. Okay, not BD, not BC. All right, I'm going to give you a minute to read the question, go over our explanation, and give me a 55 of how you're feeling about the diagram and the situation correct. Okay, it's fine if it's not completely understood, but go over it, give me a 55, and think about what is it that you're not understanding. Okay, you have 1 minute, you have 2 minutes maybe. Okay. All right. So there are a lot of people who are saying that they are confused right now. Anyone who wants to volunteer to explain? दिलरुबा क्वेश्चन थोड़ा अनम्यूट करके पूछो ना, नहीं समझ आया.
Sir, I'm confused, sir, because why is it DC, sir, and not DB? Because D is the point where the tower is standing, sir. So
Okay,
that
let me put it this way. Okay,
Dilruba.
Dilruba, this is Dilruba. Okay, suppose Dilruba is 10 inches taller than G. Just taking an example, Dilruba is 10 inches taller than MG. Chalo, okay, Dilruba is 10. This is Dilruba. Okay, this is MG. Dilruba's height is 10 inches taller than MG. Okay, Dilruba. Dilruba, now I want you to think about this. When I'm saying you're 10 inches taller than MG, okay, P, Q, R. Which line segment will be 10 inches, Dilruba? Which line segment will be 10 inches?
PQ, sir.
PQ, na? There's a difference between the two, na?
Yes, sir.
This is your height. This is MG's height. This is the difference. This is 10 inches, right?
Yes, sir.
This is first shadow. This is second shadow. What is the difference? This is the difference, right?
Yes, sir.
समझ आया? 40 मीटर लॉन्गर का मतलब क्या है?
Oh, yes, sir.
Got it? How are we feeling now, Dikshit? Can I
Much
get
better.
Huh? All right. Mansa, is your confusion clear? Mansa, where are you lost? Can you tell me?
Sir, now I'm getting it, sir. Hello, sir.
Hmm? Tell me, Mansa.
Sir, I was confused for that 40 meter and for that. Now I'm clear, sir.
Okay. Manisha, go ahead.
So can I say how I am thinking, sir?
Go ahead. Yes, definitely.
Where like A is the point of a person standing and looking in different angles, sir. Like angle of depression will be 60 degree and 30 degree.
Depression कहाँ से आएगा? We are talking about the sun, no?
I'm looking down, no, sir. I'm just like thinking like that, sir.
But why are you thinking like that? You're not looking down, no? You're talking about the sun's altitude, no? Which means you're looking up to the sun. Why,
Yes,
which
sir.
word is telling you to look down?
No, sir. That I'm just like comparing like that, sir.
Okay. What do you want me to do? Tell me. What are you saying? Trying to say? I'm not very clear if I'm
Is
understanding
that right? If I think like that.
that a person is standing at A and looking down.
Yes, sir. In different angles, is looking down.
No, the person standing at A might be looking down, but we don't know that angle, Manisha.
Okay, sir.
We know which angle. Which keyword is telling you which angle we know?
Sun's
Sun's
altitude.
altitude. That is where up, no?
Yes, sir.
So you are looking at angle of elevation only, no? Then
Yes, sir.
are you clear about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? Hemanji, are you at 5 now? You're confused? Nishchay, you missed the whole discussion. Can you tell me where are you losing me? Is there
I'm at
something?
5 now.
Nishchay?
Sir, I'm not getting anything, sir.
Okay, you will have to watch the recording later then. Okay,
Yes.
I'll not start over again. Tulsi, which one are you? Where are you losing me, Tulsi?
Sir, for now I'm feeling like okay, sir, but I need to solve it again by myself, sir.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Let's continue here. So, anyone else who wants to share their thoughts here? Mansa, you said you're fine. Dikshit, you have a confusion here?
No, sir. Now I'm clear.
Okay. Going on. Yeah. So, sun's altitude is 30. Sun's altitude is 60. Now, this is the diagram which we have reached. And finally, my end goal is find the height of the tower, which means I've got to find AB. Okay, this is what I've got to find. AB is a part of both right triangles, this one as well as this one. Okay, AB is a part of both of these right triangles, but let's see how to approach this. Okay, now I am just going to, like, instead of carrying AB and BC into our equations, I'm going to make it a little simpler, like the textbook does. I'm going to use this as, make this as H, and I'm going to make this as X. Okay, so that we have simpler variables to carry around. Right now, the length of the shadow. Okay, so let's look at the length of the shadow. Is in the first case is 40 plus X is the whole length of the shadow. The second case is only X. Okay, that's when 60 degrees and that time the length is only X. Okay, we'll see what to do about this. Okay, so right now in our whole diagram, okay, forget about the sun right now. Okay, just look at this much part of the diagram now. Okay, everything is here. Why? Because here we don't know any distance, so we are not going to bother ourselves with 150 million kilometers, and you know, all that becomes irrelevant. Our shadow ka distance will help us get to the distance of the tower. Now in this particular situation, I have two right triangles, right? ABC and ABD. Okay, I have two right triangles, ABC and two ABD. Okay, let us so how I'm seeing it. Okay, now I have two variables also. So if I were to form two equations, my two variables might get solved. Okay, can I form two equations with these variables? I'm thinking. Okay, whenever there are two variables, I think I need two equations, two linear equations with these two variables. So I'm going ahead and thinking that yes, two equations are possible because there are two triangles. This is first triangle and this is the second triangle. So two equations are possible. In triangle ABC, one equation is possible, and in triangle ABD, one more equation is possible. Everyone with me so far? Can I get a thumbs up on screen if you're with me so far? Yeah, two equations. I need to make two equations for two variables, and that is what will give me the final answer, which will lead me to it. Okay, so let's take triangle ABC first. Okay, triangle ABC mein, this is 60 degree. Obviously I'll choose H and X only because I want those two to be in my variable. If I take this, then it's no use because another variable will come if I take this. I don't know this. Let's take H and X only. Okay, so I have tan 60 degree is equal to H by X. Can I write that? So √3 is equal to H by X, or H is equal to √3x. Okay, everyone okay with this first equation? Everyone okay with this first equation? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone if you're okay? All right. Asghar not following this? Okay. Bindu, you following this? All right. This is my first equation. We got this first equation. Okay. Now in triangle ABD, I will look at triangle ABD. Tan 30 degree. Again, why I'm taking tan? Because if I take this, I need this and this. I need X also to be there. I need H also to be there. If I take this, I'll get another variable unnecessarily complicating things. So I don't want this thing. I'll take tan or cot. Okay. I'm taking tan 30 degree is equal to AB by DB. Okay. AB by DB. That is what basically that's H by DB is what? 40 plus X. Correct. Tan 30 is 1 by √3 is equal to H by 40 plus X. Cross multiplying 40 plus X is equal to H into √3, that is √3H. Okay, this is my second equation. Everyone good? How is everyone feeling of what we've done so far? How is everyone feeling? Can I get a fist to find in the chat box? I have two equations with me. Okay, I want to take a minute, go through this, whatever we have done so far. How are you feeling about this calculation after the diagram? Okay, Nishchay might have been struggling from before the diagram, but once the diagram is there, how are you feeling about this? Okay, simple, right? We're ending up forming. I have two variables, two equations I'm forming. Yeah. Now what I've got to do is I've got to solve these. Okay, that's as simple as that. And I think the best way to solve this would be by substitution, because I already have H in terms of X here. So if I put this in this H place, I will get X on the second equation. So I will do this. I'm going to do substitution. I already have H in terms of S. So substituting 1 into, I'll get, I'm keeping X as it is. √3H ki jagah I will write √3X. Okay. So what is happening? This √3X is coming here. All right. That gives me 40 plus X is equal to 3 into √3 into √3 becomes 3x. So 40 is equal to 3x minus X. 40 is equal to 2x. X is equal to 40 by 2. X is equal to 20 meter. Okay. X is equal to 20 meter. Leave the meter out. We'll write it when we write the final answer if you don't want to write it now, but anyhow, it's fine. X is equal to 20 meters. So I've got X now. I have got X. Can I get H? X is not what I want. I want H. Find the height of the tower is what I want, right? Height of the tower, how will I find? I just go back, I put it in this substitution. Yeah. So in equation 1, H is equal to √3 into X, that's equal to √3 into 20, that's equal to 1.732 into 20. Multiply this, write the final answer. Okay, 1.732 into 2 is how much? 4641 carried over 3.6464. One more 0, 1 0 I have to remove, so this point will jump here, so it will become this point will jump here, so I get 34.64 meter. That's the height of the tower. Therefore, height of the tower is equal to 34.64 meter. Right, guys? The only thing which we need to do is make the diagram. Once you have made the diagram, the question becomes as simple as anything. Yeah, it's probably the simplest chapter in the question. The only thing which we want to take some time to think is drawing the diagram. How are we feeling about this question right now? Can I get a fist if 5 in the chat box, please? How are we feeling about this question right now? Can I get a fist if 5 in the chat box, please?
Sir, I'm at 5.
Thank you, Riza. What about others? Oh, sorry guys, 1 second. Take a minute to copy things down. Diagram part was confusing. Yes, Abhi. Diagram part was confusing, and I feel maybe you can go over the video of this recording. I'll put it up by tonight. Fancy, go over the video of this recording once again to go through the understanding. If you still feel like you're confused, maybe we can talk again in the next class. Yeah. All right, take a minute to copy things down, guys. Okay, take a couple of minutes to copy things down. We'll do 1 or 2 questions more. So for the next question, I'm going to put in the question on the board. Okay, I want you to read the question and attempt drawing a diagram. Okay, I know it will not be it's the first question where we are talking about angles of depression. So take a minute to read the question. Do not look at the textbook. Read the question and attempt drawing a diagram. However we feel. Yeah, and then we'll talk. We'll talk in 1 minute. Okay. Angles of depression of the top and bottom of an 8-meter tall building. So there is an 8-meter tall building, which means draw a vertical line, 8-meter tall. Okay, and this is the ground. Okay, the angles of depression of the top and bottom of an 8-meter tall building. They're saying this 8-meter tall building will have some angle of depression from where? From the top of a multi-storied building. So there is a very big building from where it will have an angle of depression. Okay, from the top of this building, it will have an angle of depression. So if Nishchay is standing here and he's looking down here, it will have an angle of depression. No, he will look here, there also it will have an angle of depression. All right. So there are 2 angles of depression. The first angle of depression is of the top of the building, which means of the top of the 8-meter building. Okay. This angle of depression comes out. So let me draw this. So this is when Nishchay is looking at this line of sight. Let me do this. Okay. PQ. PQ is my multi-storied building. Okay. And let this be AB. AB is my 8-meter tall building. Are we okay with this so far? PQ is my multi-storied building. AB is my 8-meter tall building. Now, both angles of depression, if you notice, the sentence is a little like heavy on, it's a very long sentence, but take a minute to break this sentence down. Okay. Whenever you see such a big sentence, your first job is to stop and take a breath. Okay. And break the sentence down. Don't be in a hurry. Read it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. But your goal is, you see, if you read it again and again, you're not going to understand. You're going to understand when you start breaking the sentence down. Okay. The angles of depression are 30 degree and 45 degree. The angles of depression of the top and bottom of an 8-meter tall building, which means from where? From the top of a multi-story building, which means this is my viewing point. My eye is at T. Okay. My eye is at T. I am looking from the point P, the top of the multi-story building, top of this building. Okay, that's the first thing I identify. From where am I looking? Then I'm saying, okay, I'm looking from P. Where am I looking to? First case, I'm looking at the top of the 8-meter tall building. Okay, first case, I'm looking at the top, which means I'm looking here. Second case, I'm looking at the bottom, which means I'm looking here. In both cases, I'm looking from the same point, from P only. Okay, so from the top of this building, from the top of here P, I'm going to draw one line of sight to the top of the small building, it is A. This is my first line of sight. So my angle of depression comes how now? Now I have to make a horizontal. This will be my horizontal, correct? This will be my angle of depression. This is 30 degrees. Everyone okay so far? Top is first, no? So it's saying respectively, which means what is written first is for the first thing. So the angle of depression for the first one is 30 degree. And the angle of depression for the second thing, which is the bottom of the 8-meter tall building, is 45 degree. I'm going to draw this now. This is my second line of sight. I'm looking at the bottom here. When I look at the bottom, this full angle, this full angle, this much, yeah, from the horizontal to the line of sight. Again, always the angle is going to be from the horizontal to the line of sight, right? So this angle is 45 degree. Okay, let me use a different colors just for the clarity. So this angle is 45 degree. Is it visible? 45 degree, and this angle is 30 degree. Okay. Guys, can I get a fist if about your understanding so far? Okay, this particular thing I have written as, this is the horizontal. Let this be, let's mark a point here, let's say M, okay, just so that we have a ray PM from which we can compare. Okay, this is my diagram. Okay, now I got to find what? I've got to find height of the multi-storied building, which is I've got to find PQ. And I've got to find distance between the two buildings, that's BQ. Okay, these are the two things which I've got to find. Okay, height of the multi-storied building and distance between the two buildings. Okay, but my diagram is not complete yet. Why is my diagram not complete? Because there are other things which I can draw in this diagram which will help me find things. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a parallel here also, draw a horizontal here also. Let's call this as, this is B, no? So let's call this as C. Okay, all right, why am I drawing this? You will understand as we progress in the question. Like some small like make rectangles and triangles wherever possible. Okay, that's I can see that this is possible, so I'm draw this so that I get another triangle here. Otherwise, I'm not going to get any triangle with. See, if I don't draw this, yeah, I'm not getting any triangle for this angle. Okay, anyhow, right now also you'll understand why I'll get a triangle for this angle. But if I draw this, I'll get an angle for, I'll get a triangle for this angle. Anyone understanding why what is the angle? What will I get from this angle? What will I get from this angle? Anyone? So let's take 45 degree, okay? Where else, if this is 45 degree, how is this helping me in any way, in any triangle? How is it helping me? Anyone? How is this 45 degree going to help me anywhere? Riza, you have an idea? This 45 degrees here. There is no triangle here. But how do you think it will help me? Okay, so I am going to use alternate interior angles, parallel angles. These are the two parallel lines here. So alternate interior angles. This is my transversal. So this will also be 45 degree. Okay. In the same way, this and this are parallel lines. So alternate interior angles for this transversal 30 degree. So this will also be 30 degree. Okay. That's going to be my approach to this question. Okay. Nishay, is it clear now what I meant? I get this as 45 degree and I get this also as 30 degree. Okay. So we're going to write this whole explanation. Okay. We know that angle MPA is equal to 30 degree and angle MPB is equal to 45 degree. Okay. This is the angles of depression. Okay. Okay. Angles of depression. Okay. Now, whenever you have angles of depression, in most of the cases, you will end up converting it into angle of elevation of the other point. Okay. Which means if I'm looking from P to A, if this is angle of depression, then from A to P, that is the angle of elevation, right? So anyhow, don't confuse yourself with this. But the idea is that I'm going to change it into a triangle which I can use. So angle PA, let's put this point as C. Let PAC is equal to 30 degree. Actually, PAC is equal to angle MPA, which is equal to 30 degree. Why? Alternate interior angles. Similarly, angle PBC is equal to angle MPB is equal to 45 degree. Alternate interior angles. Can I get a fist five at this point? How are you feeling about this? Everyone, can I get a fist five here?
5, sir.
Thank you. Riza? In most cases, angle of depression will be used like this. Okay, you will end up changing it to the angle of elevation from of the point from which is being seen. All right. So right now, I have my diagram. I have not marked the length. So which length is given? 8-meter tall building is given. So I have AB as 8 meter. AB is not a part of any triangle. It's not going to help me. Move it to CQ. Okay, CQ parallel line. So parallel line distance will be the same. Or you can also take this as a rectangle. Opposite sides are equal. Whichever justification you want to give. So CQ is also equal to 8 meter. Okay. Everyone understanding how CQ is also 8 meter? Okay. So now again, going back to the same funda which we used in the previous question. Now, what do I have to find? I have to find the height of the multi-storied building. I have to find the height of the multi-storied building, but if I end up taking this whole thing as h, it's going to end up being like, then this will become h minus 8. Then that is what I'll have to use. I can do that also, it's not a big deal. But I will take this thing so that I can later on add, right? I'll take this as, say, x, okay? PC as x. So I can find my height later, okay? I need to take one more variable. So one more thing which I have to find is distance between the two buildings. It's not yet done. So distance between the two buildings is this thing, BQ. Let BQ be y, okay? So my AC will also be y. I just want you to bring you to that because it's a rectangle at the end of the day. This is a rectangle, A, B, Q, C is a rectangle. So your AC will also end up being y, okay? Just like CQ became 8 because AB was 8. Now, getting back to this question, okay? You're going to write let what are we letting? Let PC be equal to x and BQ be equal to y, okay? Just to be clear, BQ is the distance between the two buildings. Okay, so this is also a point which should have been written down. Okay, you've written this is the 8-meter tall building, this is the multi-story building, and this is the distance between the two buildings. AC is also distance, which is which will we end up using in the question. Okay, let's look at the two triangles we have. We have two triangles in triangle PCA. That's one triangle you have, and you have triangle in triangle PQB, okay, which means we're taking this triangle PCA and we're taking PQB, this triangle, okay. These are two triangles we're going to talk about. Now let's see what we are going to end up forming. Just to be clear, BC is equal to y, BQ is equal to y, therefore AC is also equal to y. So let me write this like this here. Therefore AC is also equal to y, okay, as BC is equal to AC, BQ is equal to AC. Now in triangle PCA and in triangle PQB, ठीक है, पहले PCA देखते हैं. PCA में I have this as also y. So what do I get? I get, now again, I'm not going to use any unnecessary things. I don't have to deal with the hypotenuse because I don't have that as in the question. I have no, I just go directly to tan, okay, tan or cot. So I have tan 30 degree is equal to x by y, or actually let's write first PC by AC, okay. Tan 30 degree, I am talking about this particular angle here. Tan 30 degree is equal to this by this, okay. Tan 30 degree is equal to x by so that's basically x by y. So I end up getting tan 30 is 1 by root 3 is equal to x by y. So y is equal to root 3x, okay. Similar to the previous question which we did, probably. Don't know. There to 60 degree. No? So in triangle PQB now, PQB, I have tan of 45 degree. I have tan of 45 degree equal to PQ by BQ, right? PQ by BQ, tan of 45 degree. Tan 45 degree is 1. PQ is how much? PQ is 8 plus x, okay. PQ is 8 plus x. Tan 45 degree is 1. PQ is 8 plus x. BQ is y, okay, by y. So I have y equal to 8 plus x. This is my second equation. I have two equations. I have got to solve those equations, okay. Everyone good so far? I'll be solving this also, but everyone good so far with whatever we have done, because this involves a little bit of irrationals when we solve it. I'll solve it also, but how are you feeling as of now? Give me a fist to 5.
5, sir.
Thank you, Riza. Okay, moving on. Again, I can do substitution because I have y in terms of x here. So substituting 1 in 2, I get root 3x is equal to 8 plus x. Take x to the left hand side. I get root 3x minus x is equal to 8. Now pay careful attention. Okay. It's important that you pay attention here. I'm going to take x common. I'm going to end up getting root 3 minus 1 in the bracket. So I'm taking x common in these two terms because I want to find x at the end of the day, right? I'm going to take x common out here so that I can send this to the denominator on the right hand side. I get root 3 and here you have 1. So root 3 minus 1 that's equal to 8. So x is equal to 8 by root 3 minus 1. Now I've got to find a numerical proper value for this. Okay, I can't leave it like this. First, to rationalize the denominator. Okay. First thing you do is rationalize the denominator. So what are you going to get? X is equal to. Anyone remembers how to rationalize this part, this denominator? Anyone? What do we do for such an irrational in the denominator? Riza, you remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's hear it from Riza.
Sir, we will multiply it by root 3 plus 1, sir.
Very good. We'll multiply it by root 3 plus 1 by root 3 plus 1 because it has to remain equivalent. So numerator and denominator. That gives me x is equal to 8 into root 3 plus 1. Denominator has a minus b into a plus b. Okay, a minus b into a plus b, a minus b into a plus b, or a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. That will remove the root and we'll get something here. So I have root 3 square minus 1 square. That's equal to 8 into root 3 plus 1 by root 3 ka square is 3 minus 1. I have 8 into root 3 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 and 8 get cancelled. You get 4 here. That's 4 into root 3 plus 1. Okay. Obviously, it's ideal that you change this into a decimal. You can do that part yourself. Okay. So x will be equal to 4 into 1.732 plus 1. It will be equal to 4 into 2.732. You multiply this and write how much meter you are getting. Okay. You will get x. You will get x here. Guys, 1 second. Let me just text Shilpa ma'am. Okay, so this is what comes, and you multiply this, you get x. You get x means you get this. You have to add this with 8. All right, whatever you get, you add that with 8. You get the height of the multi-storied building. Distance between the two buildings is simple. That's basically y. To find y, you go here. You already have x, so you go to. So in this case, no. Don't use the multiplication, the final decimal value. So I'll just tell you what I mean. Y is equal to root 3x now. Y is equal to root 3x, right? So I'll urge you not to use this multiplication value. You get root 3 into this big decimal multiplication will be too much. Use this value. Okay, what will happen here? You will get root 3 into 4 bracket root 3 plus 1. Okay. 4 root 3 into root 3 plus 1. Okay, what will happen is when you open the bracket, you will get 4 root 3 into root 3 plus 4 root 3. That's equal to 4 into 3 plus 4 root 3. That is equal to 12 plus 4 root 3. You do this multiplication. 4 into root 3 you do. So 12 plus 4 into 1.732. Multiply this and add to 12. That will be a much simpler method of going to the final one. And then you write the final answer. Height of the building is equal to of the multi-storied building. There are two buildings, so be clear of writing multi-storied building, and distance between the buildings is equal. Okay, that's y basically, and this is x plus 8. So you find that x plus 8 and put it there. Okay. Any thoughts here? How are we feeling about this question? A little long probably, but are we feeling that it is solvable? We can do it ourselves. What's going on in our minds? Can I get a check in the chat box? Please, we are not writing right now. This will be something which I want you to do yourself. Okay. Can I get a check in the chat box? How are you feeling about this question? Yeah, it is long. Yeah, Dilruba, I don't know. It's mostly like calculation part is long. Anyone else? What are your thoughts?